Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Amy and I'm currently on a journey to repay 6 figures worth of student loan debt. Today I'm going to be sharing our December 2021 real number zero-based budget. I'm so excited for this month. There's a lot of amazing things coming this month, I hope, and I will kind of talk about those as we go through the video. I did want to mention first, before we get started in the video, how we handle Christmas, because I'm sure that that is a big part of a lot of people's budget in December. However, we actually use sinking funds. So our Christmas sinking fund is already fully funded, and we have been using it to purchase Christmas gifts since pretty much October. I got an early start this year, which was really awesome. So I am like pretty much done Christmas shopping at this point. I think I have a few more items to pick up, but for the most part, I am done Christmas shopping. So that is actually not something that you will see reflected in our December budget, because that is something that we've been planning for all year. So just wanted to give that little bit of heads up, because I'm sure that that is something that you would probably think we're missing in the budget, but we have already funded that. So really excited about that, because that's something, one less thing we have to budget for in December, and one less thing that we have to worry about possibly being like a budget buster, because we tend to spend a decent amount of money on Christmas. Also wanted to mention I will be sharing more about our Christmas gifts and budget in future videos in the month of December. So definitely look forward to those videos coming soon. So let's get started with our December budget. So income section here. So my husband and I both work full time. We both bring in a 9-to-5 salary, and we are expecting $9,000 this month for our regular salary income. So December is actually a 5th paycheck month for us. Again, we just had a 5th paycheck month in October, but we have one again in December, which is amazing and definitely just gives us a lot more wiggle room in our budget and a lot more ability to pay more towards debt, which is always very exciting. So our salary is $9,000 for this month expected. And the only other thing that we are expecting this month that I'm going to budget based on is our tax credit. We have been receiving our child tax credit for the last few months, and that has been great. That is all I'm going to be budgeting for the month of December, which will bring our total income to $9,550. So every single month I post a correlating video with this video at the beginning of the next month, which is basically our budget recap video. So there I go over our actual income and our actual expenditures. I will link our most recent one above if you're curious on how that video plays out. So we are expecting some additional income in the month of December. However, I have not budgeted for that. So we do typically have a few $100s of side hustle income, and I am also hoping / expecting a annual bonus from my employer in the month of December. However, that is not something that I am budgeting for, just because I am not guaranteed that money and I like to wait until it's actually in my account to budget for it. So those will be things that you will most likely see in our December budget recap video, which will be coming in January. So definitely keep an eye out for that video. And until then, this is what we will be using to base our budget. I just wanted to explain that because we'll get into it more later in the budget video, but there are some other things that are happening, and we're hoping we might be able to be debt-free by the end of this month. We will kind of have to see how it goes, but more to come on that. So moving down to our fixed expenses, we don't have a ton of additional expenses in the month of December, which is great, especially because we do have this extra income coming in. So we do have our mortgage, obviously, every single month, which is $1,284 right now. And then we have our cell phones. So this is actually for my husband and I's cell phones together, and that is $140. Then we have Netflix, which we pay for monthly as well, and that is $15. We also have our Peloton bike, and that's $41. We have our internet, which is $60 question mark. I need to wait till we get our bill because we are supposed to be having some promotions ending. So I think that might go up a little bit. I'm going to leave it at 60 for now and see what happens. I'm hoping that I can call and have them possibly lower it somehow or finagle my way back down to 60, but we will kind of see. I did try to call like last week, and they basically said because our promotion hasn't actually ended yet that they couldn't help me, so to call back in December. So I will be calling this month again and seeing if we can do something about the bill. I think it's supposed to go up to $70 or $75 if I'm not mistaken. I would have to look at our bill. I will keep you guys posted on that. I'm hoping that they will do something for me. Otherwise, we might consider switching to another internet provider, possibly. Kind of something we have to wait and see, but more to come on that soon. Last fixed expense we have is preschool for my daughter. We pay this weekly, so I don't actually have a date here. That's why I write weekly. It is $131 a week for her daycare. She goes part-time right now, and that is $525. However, I do want to just caveat that with we are planning on using 2 vacation days. We also did this in November, so we are hoping that this will be a little bit lower than what it is here, but I like to budget just in case. So I will update that once we do our budget closeout, but I'm hoping that this will be about $120 less than this, but we will kind of see how that goes. We do get some vacation days to be able to use so that we can save some money on the cost when she's not attending. Obviously, with Christmas and the holiday season, we will be having her out of daycare for a couple of the days to celebrate Christmas and all of that. So more to come on that, but yes, for now we are budgeting $525. So let's quickly add these up. So that brings our total fixed expenses to $2,065, and that leaves our remaining with $7,485. All right, so let's go back up here to variable expenses. So again, we don't have anything out of the ordinary this month other than Christmas, which we are funding with our sinking fund. So we don't anticipate having anything extra. So our first variable expense is our electric bill. I budget $200 for that. I'm anticipating that'll probably be right on for the month of December. It was a mildish November for us, so I'm hoping that maybe it might be a little bit less than that. But, you know, it's still Wisconsin, guys, and it's still really cold here. I'm sure for a lot of you guys that watch from like California or nice warm places that you would be like, has not been mild in your opinion if I told you our temperatures, but for us it has been mild. So spending, we always get $100 between my husband and I, so we both get $50 each for right now. We are planning to bump that up once we're debt free. Then gas, so this is gas for our car. We've been doing $125, which has been working out great. We have usually been not spending up to that amount, but gas is one of those things where I like to just have a little bit of a cushion because there are some months where we're doing a little bit more driving, and December will probably be one of those months, just traveling to see family and all of that. So gas, we will leave at $125. Groceries, we are doing $550, which has been our typical amount for the last few months. We are not hosting Christmas this year for our extended family or anything, so I'm not anticipating that we'll have a lot of extra grocery costs. In fact, maybe it'll be a little bit less. Since we do have some holiday parties and gatherings going on, I'm hoping that maybe we'll be able to be under this budget. It has definitely been a struggle the last few months on the grocery budget, you guys. I'm thinking we might have to raise it, to be honest, in January. Kind of seeing where our grocery budget goes from here, but I'm thinking we might raise it to $600 in January. So for miscellaneous, so this is anything that comes up throughout the month, like a clothing purchase or anything random that kind of doesn't fit in any of the other categories. We give ourselves $200. I know that's kind of generous, and I feel like that's higher than a lot of other people that I watch, but that's honestly just what works for us. It also encompasses a lot of my kids' items. So like if my kids need something or I need to send money for a field trip or anything like that, that all falls under our miscellaneous category. That's how we've had it set up, and that kind of is what works for us. Definitely do what works for you. I know a lot of people don't like to have their miscellaneous budget be too big because it can tempt you to spend. I don't necessarily find that's true for us, but it is a category that I've been kind of toying with, maybe trying to break down a little bit into other budgeted categories, but we'll see. Then our last category for variable expenses is dining out. We've been doing $200. It's enough, but it's not. If that makes any sense. It is theoretically enough, but it has been a struggle for us lately as well. But that is a category I really don't want to bump up because I don't want to spend more than $200 a month in eating out, even though sometimes it's hard. So let's total up these expenses here. So that brings our total variable expenses to $1,375, and that leaves us with a remaining of $6,110. So if you watched my November budget with me, I will link it in the corner if you have not watched it yet. I did talk a little bit about sinking funds and how we are not funding them. So we are actually not going to do any sinking funds for the month of December for a couple of different reasons, but primarily because we really want to focus on debt this month, because we might be able to possibly squeeze by being debt-free this month. That is our main focus. We will not be sending any money to sinking funds this month, which I feel really good about because we do have pretty high balances in our sinking funds. I'm not concerned about any of them, and we will be fine without funding them for 1 month, which means that our total remaining is actually going to go all to debt. So that means we will be paying $6,110 or more to debt, which is really exciting. We are just over $10,000 on our student loan balance as of right now. I will link our most recent Debt Free Friday video in the corner above if you want to see my most recent balance update. So we're just over $10,000, and so this will cut our balance by over half basically of what we have left. And I'm hoping that if I do get my bonus and we do have some side hustle income, we might be able to squeak by and be debt free in the month of December. Now that will most likely require us to pull a little bit of money from savings. The amount, I am not sure, obviously, because we don't know about the bonus situation or anything else. So I will definitely be discussing this a lot more in the month of December in the Debt Free Friday videos and other videos I have planned about our plan to be debt free possibly by December 31st. I'm not putting too much pressure on myself to stick to that date though, because as awesome as it would be to be debt free on December 31st, it might not be realistic, and that is totally okay. I am just hoping that we'll be able to be debt free by the end of January, which I think at this point is pretty possible depending on that bonus. So long story short, but I am hoping that this month will be amazing. I can't wait to update you guys and share with you along the way. Definitely keep up with my videos. You'll learn more as we get through the month of December in my Debt Free Friday videos, so definitely check those out going forward. Let me know if you have any questions or if you think I'm missing anything in my December budget, and I will talk to you guys in my next video. Bye guys.